For 7 years, the Georgia Dome was the largest dome structure on the planet. It lost that ranking, but it's still the largest indoor sports facility in the U.S., and what a facility it is.
White fields it at the 1. They get him at the 32-yard line. They'll go to work at the 32-yard line. He needs to get rid of it.
Nice job on the line by the Eagles.
Following the sack, it's now 2nd and long. Huge pressure by the defense.
Effective blitzing can really destroy an offensive game plan because you're so used to having time to develop plays down the field. Now you come with a good blitz, and the quarterback just doesn't have time to get it off.
He lays it out there. Hansen bats it away. Douglas was the intended receiver on the play. The Eagles have everyone on the line. Looks like they're coming after this one. He makes it to the 45. The Eagles will set up shop at the 45. Hands it off. Mike Peterson is there to bring him down. Westbrook gains about 4 yards on the play. Gets the pass out. Leaping catch. He's still going. Tackle was made by Eric Coleman.
And there you see just a little bit of how tremendous these athletes are in the NFL. The ability to go up above the defense and make a play like that, that was fun to watch.
He throws left. Macklin made the catch for a gain of 6. So 2nd down now. The offense needs about 4 for the first. Eric Coleman is there on the tackle.
Tom, that was a run blitz on that play. They brought the middle linebacker effectively, filling all the gaps, and there was simply nowhere for the running back to go.
Short pass to his left. They bring him down, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Eagles. First down now. They'll be looking for 6 points here. The halfback with the carry. The Eagles get the first touchdown of the game.
You love to see a halfback with absolutely no fear. Once he saw that goal line, he knew he was going to stick it in.
Akers makes it a 7-point game.
Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. They get him at the 30. The offense takes the field, hoping to put something together after their last drive ended in a 3-and-out. Feeds it to the back. Won't be stopped. Bradley is there to bring him down. Turner gets about 4 yards on the play. Crushed as he threw. Tackle was made by Sean Jones. How about that pass?
Yeah, it's pretty tough to play a zone coverage against this quarterback. He does a great job in recognition, and that time you could see him move the zone defense just a little with his eyes before he threw it in there.
Sheldon Brown was there on the tackle. Turner gets 6 yards on the play. Short pass. Brian Finneran makes his 50th catch of the year. Short throw to the left. That's a 3-yard gain.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
Turner on the draw.
Really impressive play that time by this defensive line. It wasn't just one guy, but every guy up front just dominating their guy at the point of attack.
Passes to his left. Hobbs was there to bring him down.
The Falcons are getting on a bit of a roll here. Nice play calling and good execution. The defense looks a little confused right now.
Tackle was made
By Mike Patterson.
a 10-yard gain, and that will bring up second down. Stays on his feet, and he makes it out to about the 8-yard line. Patterson was there to bring him down. Ryan hands it off. Gets away from the defender. Did he get there? And the call is a touchdown.
Well, if you're going to make a living in this league as a running back, you're going to have to make somebody miss at some point, and that was a big somebody in the backfield that time, able to escape and stuck it in for the touchdown.
Dropped at the 27-yard line. The Eagles were able to put a scoring drive together on their last time out.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
Westbrook on the handoff. Westbrook gets about 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 6 coming up. Ball on the 31. Is there for the catch.
The Falcons came onto the field with a ton of energy that time. They controlled the line of scrimmage and didn't allow that extra yardage.
He makes it out to the 34-yard line. The Falcons will look to build momentum by getting another touchdown on this series. The defense has him surrounded. Right through his hands, he almost had the pick. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass. Up the middle, and he makes it out to about the 37-yard line before he's wrestled to the ground. He rolls out to the right. Hayes comes away with a sack. And that sack will bring up a 4th down as the offense couldn't get anything going on that series.
You know, it's difficult for an offense and an offense's ego to admit that you can't block somebody. But there are certain guys in the league that you just have to commit more people to block and don't let it bother you. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Hey, baby.
They had to cut it away on their previous drive. Hands it off. Mike Peterson is there on the tackle.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
There for the reception. Still moving.
William Moore makes the tackle.
Yeah, very safe, simple play, hitting the underneath receiver for a solid gain.
Passes it. He goes up high for the catch.
The stop was made by Jackson.
Brian Westbrook makes his third catch of the game. He throws left. There for the catch.
Tackle was made by Cofield.
The completed pass goes for a gain of 7.
Good play design there. Very solid protection. Gave the quarterback time to examine the whole field until he finally found the open man.
Throws short. Brings it in.
The Eagles are having some success getting the ball down the field on this drive. This offense is clicking.
Not much time to throw. He's dropped.
I don't think there's any play in football that's prettier than a perfectly executed blitz. If you time out the snap count, if you disguise it, if you don't tip it to the quarterback, you end up with results like that. Big sacks, big plays.
McCoy picks up about 7 yards on the run. Flips it out short.
The Eagles end the 60-yard drive with a touchdown. Very methodical 8-play series.
Donovan McNabb really came through there. They were in that tough 3rd and long situation. He calmly got the job done. Exactly the kind of skills you like to see in your quarterback.
From the 7.
He'll bring it back to the 30.
They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away. They'll give it off here. He doesn't get back to the line.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that, not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
Hammered as he lets it go. Samuel gets the pick. Inside the 30 to the 20.
Mahalit is there to bring him down. So an early mistake, and they'll look to rebound on their next possession.
To the end zone.
The Philadelphia Eagles take 2 plays to convert their excellent starting field position into 6 points.
Kevin Curtis has so many great skills, great hands, great route runner, and he can make the tough catch in traffic. What a valuable weapon he is.
Fielded at the 4. At the 30. Brought down at the 34. The Falcons come back out looking for better results than their last time on the field. Turner gets the carry. He breaks the tackle. Bradley tackles him at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, really not much the defense could do there. The backside really blocked down. They came around to the play side with those big offensive linemen. That one looked easy.
Rolls right. Ryan can't hang on to the ball. Philadelphia falls on it. They get the turnover.
But one thing for sure, the ball's not going to stay free on that field for very long. Defensively, they were all over that.
Gets the ball away. Kevin Curtis was the intended receiver.
Well, this is a guy who's known for taking some risks, but that was an unnecessary risk there. Lucky that wasn't intercepted.
The pass is away. Peterson makes the tackle.
You know, tight ends may not come up with those real explosive plays down the field all the time, but they sure are a nice target for the quarterback.
Throws it short. And it's completed. Curtis makes his third grab. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Here's the pass. Drops the sure pick. Third down coming up after that incompletion. Dumps it out right. Moore brings him down at the 17.
Donovan McNabb absolutely drilled that one in there, and he needed to. This guy can throw as hard as anybody in the league.
They hand it off. William Moore was there to bring him down. Westbrook gains 7 yards on that play. Passes to his left.
The Eagles are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
Into the end zone for a touchdown. And already this one is looking like it's out of hand.
Well, we've seen stranger things happen in the NFL, but this one is beginning to smell like a blowout.
Akers is good on the point after. Here's your sprint drive summary. It's fielded at the 2. They get him at the 27.
The Falcons are in a dangerous territory right now. This one's gotten a little out of hand, but a touchdown on this series, maybe your defense gets a little momentum going.
Here's the give. Turner gets about 4 yards on the play. It's second down, 6 to go. They give it to the tailback.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
And he caught it. Brown will tackle him for a loss at the 33-yard line.
The Eagles held them in check on that drive, and that's a good way to send a strong message to an offense that it is going to be a very physical game.
He gets out to about the 25-yard line. The Eagles' offense has not had any trouble in their last 3 drives. They've ended up in the end zone each time. Sees a man, goes deep.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
Short throw to the left.
It's one of the dangers. You bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
He rolls right. He leaps. It's caught. Inside the 30. And the Eagles will tack on another. McNabb throws his third TD pass of the contest. Akers is good on the point after. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. It's fielded at the 2. He's tackled at the 31.
The Falcons have had a long day so far, and if they don't make something happen on this series, well, we're going to see these players getting more and more frustrated.
Hands it to the back. Tackle was made by Trent Cole. That's a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up second down. Here's the halfback.
As a quarterback, you really want to make that pre-snap read, and it's kind of hard to not see the middle linebacker. He came on the blitz that time, and sometimes you just need to get out of a play like that.
Passes the ball. Comes down with it. Bradley was there on the tackle.
There's nothing better for a quarterback than to have a big body guy like that that can catch the football. Nice play.
Rolling right.
Pass rush almost got there that time, and he has to feel a little lucky that that ball just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Throws it short. It falls incomplete. Sean Jones was defending on the play. We played a quarter. The score is 35-7 Eagles. The offense facing another third down here as they line up. Looked like someone might have jumped.
False start. Offense. Still third down.
Now an even tougher situation following the penalty. 3rd and 15. Moves to his right.
When you get that kind of pressure, a lot of times the play will result in something worse than just an incompletion.
Philadelphia looks like they're sending everything but the kitchen sink at this punter. They down it at the 4-yard line.
The Eagles punctuated that last series with a touchdown. I got to tell you, they look really good. They have this defense way back on their heels.
Gives to the back. And he makes it out to about the 5-yard line before he's gang tackled. Throws it. And he has his back, who's wide open. Brian Westbrook now with 4 catches in the game. They line up at the 14. They'll give it off here. He fights forward to around the 16 before several defenders bring him down. Passes. He's there for the catch. Across midfield. Inside the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown Eagles. Donovan McNabb gets TD pass number 4 of the game. Akers is good on the point after. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. From his own goal line. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt.
And they're coming after him.
Roddy White was his intended target.
Gets the pass away.
And it's tipped away. White was the intended receiver on the play.
Throws it. Samuel intercepts it. Breaks a tackle. Tackle is made by Douglas. And the defense just picked up their second interception of the game.
There's a lot of good players on this defense. I've really enjoyed so far watching how quickly they break on the ball.
Short throw. Makes the catch. That last pass put him over 300 yards, and we're only in the first half. He's certainly a critical part of his team's success, and without his performance passing the ball in this one, I'm not sure they're winning at this point. Westbrook on the handoff. Brian Westbrook did a good job to get free and pick up the first. Short throw to the right. Still on his feet. Reggie Brown doesn't make it. Or did he? He did not score. From the 1-yard line. Goes for the end zone. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe throw there where only the receiver can make a play on the ball. Just a little too wide on that one.
Dumps it out left. Schobel rings it in. Touchdown. The Philadelphia Eagles use 6 plays to cover 30 yards.
Donovan McNabb is one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and there's really no debate about that. He can change the outcome of the game, and he's such a strong leader. Just a fantastic player and fun to watch.
Runs over tackler. He's tackled at the 31. The Falcons suffered an interception on their last possession. They hand it off. Bunkley was there to bring him down. Turner gains about 4 yards on the play. Handoff up the middle. Sheldon Brown makes the tackle.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
Gives to the back.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
He fields it at the 17. He makes it back to the 25. The Eagles ended their last drive with a touchdown, so they'll look to make it 2 in a row. They give it to the tailback. He didn't get back to the line.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that gains nothing. You know, you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when a defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
It's tipped and intercepted. The stop was made by Donovan McNabb.
Well, in a game like this, when you have such a big lead, I guess you could afford to take a few more chances. But let's give the defense credit. After a tough day, they came up with a big one there.
Tackle was made by Quentin McKell.
Turner picks up about 7 yards on the run. Gets the pass off. Pass is complete.
The Falcons have been facing a pretty stiff pass defense so far. And they haven't been getting too much on their completions, but that time, a big play, and that's exactly what they needed.
Turner gets another carry.
And the Falcons get 6 more. The Falcons need just 4 plays to cover the short distance to the end zone.
Jason Elam adds the extra point.
Here's your sprint drive summary.
Brought down at the 29-yard line. The Eagles come back out looking for better results than their last time on the field. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. He lost yardage on the play.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
They give it to the fullback. That's a 7-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down. He throws left. Is there for the catch.
Yeah, that's one, if you study this team on tape, you're going to see them go to that in the clutch, and it worked again.
Hit and dropped behind the line. Westbrook was able to make his 4th reception. He throws short. The stop was made by Owen. Kevin Curtis brings in his 6th catch of the game. Throws it out. He makes another catch.
William Moore is there on the tackle.
Donovan McNabb is not really known for his accuracy, but boy, he sure is getting the job done on this series.
There for the reception. Hutchins is there to bring him down. Brian Westbrook with his 5th grab of the game. They'll go with the run once again. Tackle was made by John Abraham. 1st down, goal to go. 8 yards out. Dumps it out right. Touchdown, Philly. The defense hasn't been able to slow this passing game down at all, and this one, that's his 6th touchdown pass.
I tell you, the last thing you ever expect in the NFL is to have a laugher kind of a day like this on offense. Defenses are so good. These coaches put in so many hours trying to figure out how to stop an offense, and today, this offense has just been too much.
Sheds one tackler.
The Falcons in that last series proved they can move the ball on this defense. They just need to keep it rolling now.
Gets the pass away. Broken up.
Quentin McKell had the coverage on the play. from their own 34-yard line. They hand it off. The stop was made by Cole. That's 4 yards on the play, and so it'll be third down. Throws it short. There for the catch. Tackle is made by Jordan.
The Falcons got a big play that time, and they need a whole lot more of that after beginning this game with a very pedestrian passing attack. That was good.
Again, he'll get the call. Asante Samuel is there on the tackle. Turner picks up about 4 yards on the play. Barely gets that one off. Hobbs picks it off. Tackle was made by Turner.
Things have really unraveled now for this offense. They could ill afford to turn it over in that situation, but that's exactly what they did.
He fights forward to about the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
They hand off on a counter. Westbrook gains about 4 yards on the play. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. Passes it out. Drops the easy pick. Eric Coleman was defending on the play. He's got it. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. That was a great kick from that distance.
It really was, wasn't it? There are no field goal kicker jokes going on the sideline right now. Just a lot of love.
He'll return it from the 6. He's tackled at the 31. The Falcons suffered an interception on their last possession. Ryan will hand it off. The stop was made by Cole. Turner gains 8 yards on that play. Here's the throw. Brings it in. Tackle was made by Clinton McKell.
And quarterbacks love the screen pass. Not only do they get an easy completion, but it also slows down that pass rush just a little.
Again, he'll get the call. He gets out to about the 45-yard line. Hayes was there to bring him down. They go with the run. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Atlanta.
I think it's safe to say there aren't many players in the NFL with the kind of vision that he has. All he has to do is find a little single crease in the defense, and he really makes you pay.
Jason Elam is good on the point after. Let's take a look at the Sprint drive summary. Hobbs from the 1. He makes it to the 22. The Eagles were able to get 3 points on their last possession. Tackle was made by Lofton. Second down, 10 yards to go. Again with the run. Lofton was there to bring him down. Defense closing in. He leaves. It's caught. Curtis has 7 catches in the game. So, it's 4th down. The Eagles line up to punt. Still pushing. He makes it out to midfield.
The Falcons got a little boost on that last series by punching it in. Now they want to build on that.
He passes short. Tackle was made by Quentin McKell. White makes his 3rd grab. Gets the pass out, and it's completed.
His receiver was really pretty well covered that time, but a good throw got the job done.
Throws it short. Makes the grab near the sideline, but no signal yet. They're not going to give it to him.
Good try. That was a really good try, but let's give the officials credit. They got it right.
Passes it. He makes another reception on the drive. White has now caught 70 passes on the season. From the 17-yard line. Gets the ball away. And the Falcons will have a 1st and goal.
The Falcons will maybe get kick-started a little bit after that catch. Their passing game hasn't exactly been very impressive so far.
They go with a run. Touchdown, Atlanta Falcons.
What a run that was. He was trapped behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was going to go down for a big loss. Instead, he breaks the tackle and runs it in for the touchdown.
Jason Elam is good on the point after. Here's your sprint drive summary. Still working. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. They could do nothing against this defense on their previous drive. They weren't able to get the play off. That'll cost them 5. First and 15 now following the penalty. McNabb hands it off straight ahead.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
It's the tailback. He tries to spin and he is dropped. Westbrook gets about a yard on the play. They'll give it off here. Hutchins was there to bring him down.
Well, I'm sure the defense was caught a little off guard by that run call there, but if you're going to call run there, you better pick up a 1st down or you're going to be reading about it in the newspaper the next day.
Douglas fields it at the 22. Brings this one back to the 37-yard line.
The Falcons can really get on a roll if they can knock in a touchdown here for the 2nd straight series.
Pass is away. Tackle was made by Asante Samuel.
White makes it 5 catches for the game.
Passes on the move. Quentin McKell is there on the tackle.
And that's good quarterback play. He recognized the blitz, he understood what was happening with the coverage behind it, and found the open man.
Here's the pass. They picked it off. And that throw will cost them possession.
Well, you always hear that sometimes it's better to just take a sack, and clearly there it would have been. Of course, it's really easy for us to say. We don't have those 300-pound guys chasing us.
Asante Samuel has now picked off opposing quarterbacks 40 times in his NFL career.
4-yard gain, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's get this thing started, baby. Let's hop in. Slash, 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 slash. Block don't work, baby. Block don't work. Come on, y'all. Watch those quick outs.
We'll take you to the studio now for halftime.
Welcome to the halftime show. Let's get you caught up on what's happening around the league.
Here are the other scores from the first half of action. Taking a look at the stats from your game now, there was a big discrepancy in the number of plays run by each team in the first half, and the edge was held by Philadelphia. Jeremy Maclin has over 100 yards receiving. Philadelphia is on top 59-28. Here are the highlights from your game.
The second half is about to begin. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. From his own goal line. Big hit there to bring him down. The Eagles will start this drive at the 29-yard line. Hit as he let go of the ball. Donovan McNabb gets to 400 yards passing for the game. He's making all the right reads, and the defense doesn't have the answer. Westbrook takes the give. The stop was made by Davis.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Again with the run. Still on his feet. Westbrook gains around 6 yards on the run. Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert. Passes the ball. Defender tips it away. Deshaun Jackson was the intended receiver. It's 4th down. Looks like they're going to put it away here. Douglas is the return man. And it'll be down at the 4. Ryan will have to start this drive deep in his own territory. Hit on the pass.
Well, the defense didn't get the sack, but they got the next best thing, and that was a bad throw.
Here's the give. Hayes was there to bring him down. Hayes has been on a collision course with the ball carriers. That takedown marking his 5th tackle. They hand it off. He's brought down at about the 7-yard line by Bradley. Bradley with the takedown again. That's his 5th tackle of the game. Hobbs is back awaiting the punt. He gets out to about the 42-yard line. They were forced to punt on their last drive. Halfback screen. Chris Houston makes the tackle.
Pretty good game that time on the screen. Anytime you get an opportunity to throw the screen pass, it has a lot of benefits, one of which is to simply slow down that pass rush a little.
They'll give it off here. Still going. The stop was made by Hutchins. Brian Westbrook gained around 6 yards. That'll be enough to get the first. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
Hands it off. Coleman is there on the tackle. They get 6 there, and that makes it 3rd down. Throws it. Incomplete pass. Selleck was his intended target. 4th down. So the kicker comes out to try and put 3 points on the board. This will be about a 43-yarder. And it's good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. He's tackled at the 30. The offense takes the field, and we'll see if they can put something together after their last drive ended with a 3-and-out. Gives it off. He gets out to about the 32-yard line. Trent Cole makes the tackle. 2nd and 7. All kinds of pressure.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
Passive. No completion. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Brought down at the 27-yard line. The Eagles put up 3 points their last time out. Westbrook gets it on the inside. He fights forward to about the 29 before he's dropped by a host of tacklers.
Let's go do this. Let's get it done. Man it up. Man it up. It's King. King.
He throws right, and he caught it. The stop was made by Coleman.
The Eagles have been unstoppable when they go to the pass. You think the defense would make some kind of adjustment at halftime, but so far that just doesn't seem to be the case.
Comes down with it. Selleck now has 5 catches. Straight ahead with a fullback. 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down. They line up at the 45. Short pass to his left. Owens makes the tackle.
Donovan McNabb is really feeling it right now. He's got the hot hand, and normally he's not a guy that's going to hit a bunch of passes in a row, but he's hot right now.
He rolls right. He hasn't missed a pass on this drive.
Donovan McNabb sure is looking confident throwing the football right now, and that's good to see because if he struggles, typically it's with his accuracy.
Dropped behind the line.
And let's give credit to the defense. They had a great push there. They got in the backfield, took control of their own gaps.
The receiver passes it. Coleman has it.
Well, in a game like this, when you have such a big lead, I guess you can afford to take a few more chances. But let's give the defense credit. After a tough day, they came up with a big one there.
On the ground with a tailback. And he will lose yardage on the play.
And when the defense gets that kind of penetration, it just disrupts everything for an offense. They have to get that guy blocked.
Short throw to the right. The stop was made by Hansen. Douglas makes his 3rd grab. It's 3rd and 5. Ball on the 25. Gets the pass away. The 50. At the 40. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown Falcons.
Matt Ryan really came through there. They were in that tough 3rd and long situation. He calmly got the job done. Exactly the kind of skills you like to see in your quarterback.
Jason Elam is good on the point after. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. He gets to the 26. The Eagles turned the ball over on an interception their last time out. Throws it short. Lofton was there to bring him down. Selleck gains about 4 yards there. Going for it all. No one can come up with it.
Donovan McNabb showed off the kind of arm strength he has there, but unfortunately that ball was well off target. He's got to rein that one in a little.
He doesn't need a rush here. Passes the line. Makes a cut. And he will be hit and dropped.
This quarterback's a good athlete, no question about it. When he drops back to throw, you had better account for his ability to run the football, or you're going to give up a first down like they just did.
He rolls out to the right. Throws it. Falls incomplete.
Donovan McNabb is not the most accurate passer in the league. He lets balls get away from him sometimes, and occasionally they're fairly easy completions.
Gives it off. Eric Coleman makes the tackle. Westbrook gets 6 yards on the play. He throws left. What a catch!
The Eagles' passing game continues to impress. There's almost no resistance when they try and throw the ball. It seems like they're getting 10 to 15 yards every time.
The stop was made by Gilbert. Westbrook gets 6 yards on the carry. Gets the pass off. Owens makes the tackle.
The Eagles are continuing to find success throwing the ball. The pass protection is solid, and the defense with a very conservative approach playing off these receivers, allowing them to get open.
Throws it out. And the defender intercepts it. Stays on his feet. Still going. The Falcons' defense has 3 picks in the game. 1st and 10. Ball on the 11. Feeds it to the back. He doesn't get back to the line.
But Tom, the offensive line just didn't get any push there. They've got to do a better job knocking those guys off the line of scrimmage.
Makes the short throw. Picked off. To the 10. And the Eagles will tack on another.
Things are really unraveling now for this offense. They could ill afford to turn it over in that situation, but that's exactly what they did.
Akers tacks on the extra point. Here's your sprint drive summary. Taken at the 5. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. The defense is coming off that big play just a moment ago, so the momentum is on their side. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Turner gains about 5 yards on the run. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 36. Short throw to the left. Still moving. Hansen is there to bring him down. White has 6 catches now. Again with the carry. Mike Patterson is there on the tackle. Gain of 2.
The defense did a nice job there jamming the running back, bringing the outside linebacker on a blitz. Sometimes those outside backers a little more athletic and can really help stop the run.
Gets the pass away. Intercepted. He got decleated. Sean Jones picks off pass number 5 of the season. Passes it out. He's there for the catch. Donovan McNabb has been finding receivers all game long. He now has 500 yards passing in the game. Short pass, and the tight end is wide open. The tackle was made by Eric Coleman.
He done that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
The veteran is having a great game. He reaches 100 yards on that carry. Rolling right. He scrambles away. He needs to get the pass off. Sacked.
Good coverage and good push by the Falcons.
So the sack on first down brings up a 2nd and long situation. Passes to his left.
Curtis making his 10th grab.
Here's 3rd and 9. Ball on the 31.
Screen pass to the back. Westbrook has 7 catches in the game.
It's 4th down. This one will be from 42 yards out. He missed it. The Falcons will begin this drive at the 32-yard line.
You're coming back for real.
They give it to the tailback. He gets out to about the 35-yard line. Hansen is there to bring him down from their own 35-yard line. Throws it short. Makes the catch. Tackle is made by Hansen.
Finneran makes his 3rd catch of the game.
The pocket is collapsing. The Eagles are continuing to impress me in the pass rush department.
Well, 5 sacks. You're not an easy guy to impress, but it sounds like 5 sacks may be enough. But this is a defense that really is beginning to overwhelm this offensive line.
Here's the throw. Pass is complete. The stop was made by McCall.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set him up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
Turner gets the call again. Jordan is there on the tackle. From the 40-yard line. Gets the pass out. Leaping catch. Tackle is made by McKenzie.
Brian Finneran now with 4 catches in the game.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Go.
Turner gets the ball. And that was a nice pickup to get the first.
You know, as a former wide receiver, I never liked running the football ever. I thought it should be banned from the game, but when you can run it like that, boy, it's sure easy to make those calls.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
1 score's nice, but 2, that is really special. And ask any fantasy football player out there, if this guy's on your team, you're almost as happy as he is right now.
Jason Elam packs on the extra point. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. There's a flag on the play.
And that flag was thrown in the area of holding.
Holding by the receiving team. First down.
The Eagles will set up shop at the 14. He throws right. Has it on the sideline, but was he in bounds? The officials will huddle. They're not going to give it to him. And that'll bring this quarter to an end. Our score is the Eagles 69, the Falcons 42.
The Eagles have this game completely under control as they start this final quarter with a huge lead and the ball. They give it to the tailback. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. Westbrook picks up about 7 yards on the run. They get to him. So no luck for the offense on that drive, and they'll go 3 and out.
The key to playing defense is getting good penetration. If you can make that quarterback move around sometimes, even if you don't get to him like they did on that play, you can still disrupt an offense.
He makes it out to about the 47-yard line. The Falcons will start this drive at the 47-yard line. They hand it off. He's dropped for a loss.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
Dumps it out left. And the receiver has room to run. Matt Ryan has made some great throws in this one, finding plenty of holes in the secondary on his way to over 300 yards. Feeds it to the back. The stop was made by Quentin McKell.
Michael Turner does as good a job as anybody out there. If it's a small hole, he finds a way to get through it. If it's a big hole, you see an explosion.
It falls incomplete. Michael Jenkins was the intended receiver on the play.
Whoa, that was really lucky that one wasn't picked out. Not a good decision at all there.
Passes it. Is there for the catch. Douglas has been a very effective weapon in the passing game today. That last catch puts him above 100 yards. They'll give it off here.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Throws short. Douglas has 6. Wait, the officials will huddle. They say, yes, it is a touchdown.
When you have a receiver with that kind of ability, just give him a chance to work one-on-one on the outside. He'll take care of the rest.
Point after is good. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. At the 30. They get him at the 34-yard line. The defense played exceptionally well the last time this offense had the ball. He throws left. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass. Second down now with 10 to go. Ball on the 34. Gets the ball away. Peterson knocks it away. Reggie Brown was the intended receiver.
Congratulations to the person seated in section 21. Row 11, Samuel. You have won a year's supply of gas for your...
The halfback with the carry. He'll need to mix it up a little better to avoid these 3 and outs.
I don't know. I thought they looked pretty mixed up on that series. I didn't see anything go right.
Douglas takes it at the 21. He makes it out to the 36. The Falcons will begin this drive at the 36-yard line. Hands it off. Maybe got a couple of yards, but that's about it. That brings up second down. The pass is away. There for the reception. Asante Samuels was there to bring him down. Brian Finneran put his 5th grab of the game.
Here's the halfback.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. But when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass play.
Here's the pass. Deshaun Jackson makes the tackle. Roddy White making his 8th grab. Turner off the right side. The stop was made by Bradley. Turner gains about 2 yards on the run. Passes the ball. Tipped it away. Jeremy Maclin had the coverage on the play. They'll need 8 here. Ball on the 38-yard line. And he's hit as he let go of the ball. Parker is there on the tackle. Michael Jenkins brings in his 80th catch of the season. Throws it short. There for the catch. Norwood drops it. There's a battle for it. Hayes grabs it on the ground. The Eagles fought for it and came away with possession.
Great job getting the recovery that time. There were a lot of bodies around, but his was the biggest and won.
He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Mike Peterson cracks him down, wraps him up for tackle number 5. Here's the give. Tackle was made by Lofton. A pickup of 4, and so it'll be 3rd down. Throws it. Brings it in. William Morton's there on the tackle. Reggie Brown with his 4th catch of the game. Another run. The stop was made by John Abraham. So another 3rd down upcoming for the offense. McNabb hands it off straight ahead. Jerry makes the tackle.
Well, that's just a big run stop right there. You have a very proud defensive line that was just going to take control of that situation.
And not a good bounce on the punt. The Falcons will set up shop at the 20. Passing. The stop was made by Jeremy Maclin. Jenkins with his 4th catch of the game. Throws it short. Jones gets his hand on it. Michael Jenkins was his intended target.
You should move to the closest evacuation in a calm and orderly fashion.
Make no
Thank
sense.
you.
Gets the pass away, and it's completed. At the 40, at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Let's go to work, y'all. Let's go to
This
work.
rookie receiver is really making an impression here today. Already 100 yards, and he's done it in a lot of different ways.
Point after is good. Here's your sprint drive summary. Better than 8 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. And the score, the Falcons 56, the Eagles 69.
At the 30. Hit and dropped at the 36-yard line. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. McCoy takes the give. McCoy gets 3 yards on the play. Throws it. Tackle was made by Owen. Jeremy Maclin brings in his 6th catch of the game. Dumps it out left. Coleman was there to bring him down.
Nice play that time. The defense came with a blitz there. He made a good read, delivered a nice ball in there to the open man.
McNabb hands it off. That's a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. He throws right, and he has room to run.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
Gets the pass off. Hasn't missed yet on this drive. Selleck gets there. Actually, wait, no signal yet. It is going to be 6 points. Donovan McNabb is having a tremendous game. 600 yards passing is unheard of. Passes to his left. He catches the 2-point conversion. Great job there. They were able to convert.
And you could tell the offense had a plan throughout that drive. Not only did they get the touchdown, but they immediately got the call in for the 2-point conversion. They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed it perfectly.
Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. 1st down now and 10 to go. Ball on their own 26. Ryan gives it up the middle. Trent Cole makes the tackle. This play call really didn't make much sense.
No, at this point in the game, when you know that not only is the defense working against you, but so is the clock, a run call here probably is not a very good idea.
Has a man deep. Here's the throw. It's tipped. And now the offense will be faced with a 3rd down situation. Throws just as the pressure gets there. Inside the 30. The stop was made by Jeremy Maclin. Veteran has 6 catches now.
Good job, good job.
Goes for the home run. And the pass is incomplete.
He was off the mark there, wasn't he? And that's kind of a rare sighting. You're talking about one of the most accurate deep passers in the NFL.
Throws it deep to the end zone. Sean Jones was defending on the play. Tries for the end zone. Almost picked. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
Defense closing in. Deep pass to the end zone. Jones knocks it down. Brown was the intended receiver on the play. 2
Throws it out. And he caught it. Moore is there to bring him down. Reggie Brown makes it 5 catches for the game. They hand it off. Cuts back, and he's dropped. 2-yard pickup.
Nice call there by the defensive coordinator, coming with the outside linebacker blitz, which really put some pressure on this group up front.
McCoy will run it again. Tackle was made by Abraham. McCoy gains around 3 yards on the run. Gets the pass away. Tackle at the 39-yard line by Houston.
The Falcons have pretty much shut down one of the top receivers in the league today. That was his first catch.
Up the middle with a fullback. Escapes the pressure, keeps looking. Harris records his first sack of the season. 3rd and long here. They'll be forced to convert on 3rd down once again if they hope to keep this drive going. Flips it out short.
Defense was not fooled on that one. They had him locked down, and there really was no good option down the field.
They're trying to pin them deep with a solid punt right here. And takes a terrible bounce. They'll get the ball here at the 20. Passes it out. Comes down with it. Jones picks it up.
Wide receivers are pretty good at catching the football. They're not always good at running with the football. It takes a lot of strength to hold on to that ball, and he gave it up.
Just gets it away. Tipped ball intercepted. Stiff arms, and he's brought down.
You know, this safety is known for his big hits, but that time it was his soft hands that made the difference.
Here's the throw. He's there for the catch. Runs right through the tackle. The stop was made by Sean Jones.
The Eagles suffered a major lapse in coverage that time. Matt Ryan made a great read, saw the zone, knew exactly where to go with the football. Perfect quarterback play that time.
Good protection. Going deep with this one. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Sean Jones had the coverage on the play. Gets the pass out. Defender tips it away. They can't hook up on the pass. Now the offense will be facing 3rd down. Passes it. Has it on the sideline, but was he in bounds? The officials will huddle. They say no, he didn't have it.
Good try. That was a really good try, but let's give the officials credit. They got it right.
Throws it deep.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
They'll give it off here. The tackle was made by Eric Coleman. First and 10. Ball on the 41. First down, 10 to go. There are 2 minutes to go in this football game. Up the middle with the fullback. That's 4 yards on the play, and that will bring up second down. Here's the halfback. Abraham was there to bring him down. McCoy gains about 4 yards on the play. Give to the tailback. And they're not going to get it. Great stop.
Great play by the defense. You always hear coaches talking about whoever gets lower. Get your pad level lower than the offensive lineman. That time this defensive line did exactly that.
That should kill any hopes of a comeback attempt in this one.
Best part of a game for an NFL player right now. You have a comfortable lead. You get to wave to a couple of people in the stands. Start making plans for dinner and a party tonight.
Taken at the 5. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. The offense will start at the 36-yard line. Short throw. Abby Amiri makes the tackle. 6 yards that time on the pass play. Short throw to the left. Washington was there on the tackle.
And the 4-3 is making it difficult for them to cover all these receivers on the field. They may want to think about bringing in an extra defensive back. Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
Escapes the pressure, keeps looking, makes the catch. To the 20, to the 10. Avant makes the tackle. Finneran making his 8th grab. A great opportunity for the offense here as the big pass play sets them up with first and goal. He throws left. Matt Ryan is having a tremendous game. 600 yards passing is unheard of. He'll try the end zone. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick.
He's one of those quarterbacks who trusts his arm maybe a little bit too much. He should have never thrown that ball.
And the defense has a heavy rush. That touchdown pass will be his 4th of the game.
And he's going to remember that one. That was tremendous execution right there. They saw an opportunity, saw the hole, brilliant throw, terrific catch, and a good score.
They're going to pitch it. He gets the 2-point conversion. He'll return it from the 1. At the 30. Drop at the 40. Excellent return on the kickoff.
You know, that's one of those plays that as a kick returner, you don't always run to the hole when you see it. You kind of run away from the hole, and then at the last second you make a break into the hole so that they don't know where the hole is because you're not running in that direction. Does that make any sense?
The defense calls a timeout. They line up at the 36. That'll do it from Atlanta. The game's top plays and stats are coming up right now.